The Curse of the Golden Feathers, Our Tale of Greed and Redemption. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between tall mountains and a deep forest, lived a young woman named Alara. She was poor but known for her kind heart. Though she had little, she never hesitated to help others, earning the love of many in her village. Alara survived by gathering herbs from the nearby forest, which she sold in the village market. One afternoon, while wandering deeper into the forest than usual, Alara stumbled upon a breathtaking sight: a large, radiant bird, with feathers that shimmered gold in the sunlight. However, the bird appeared to be injured, struggling to fly. Without hesitation, Alara approached it, her heart filled with compassion. "Don't be afraid," she whispered, extending her hand slowly toward the bird. "I won't harm you." The bird, as if understanding her kindness, remained still. Carefully, she lifted it and took it home, where she treated its injured wing with the herbs she had collected. Over the next few days, Alara cared for the bird, speaking to it softly, feeding it, and watching as its strength slowly returned. The bird, grateful for her kindness, began to heal quickly. One morning, as Alara was preparing breakfast, she found a single golden feather lying on her table. It glowed with a warm light, more precious than anything she'd ever seen. The bird, now able to speak in a soft, melodic voice, said, "You saved my life, and for that, I leave you this feather. It is no ordinary feather. It will bring you great fortune. But remember, kindness and greed do not go hand in hand." Alara, surprised that the bird could speak, was even more astonished by its parting gift. She didn't fully understand the bird's warning, but she thanked it nonetheless. The bird flew off into the sky, disappearing in a burst of golden light, leaving Alara alone with the magical feather. At first, Alara was uncertain about what to do with the feather. She didn't think much of the bird's cryptic message and took the feather to the village market. When she tried to sell it, she was offered more money than she could have imagined. Overnight, her life changed. She was no longer the poor girl who barely scraped by. With the wealth she gained, she bought a larger home and fine clothes and began to live in luxury. But as the days passed, something unexpected happened. Every morning, another golden feather appeared on her table. Each one brought more riches, but as Alara's fortune grew, so did her greed. She no longer helped her neighbors as she once did, and soon, her focus shifted from sharing to hoarding. She distanced herself from the people of the village, becoming obsessed with her growing wealth. One night, Alara dreamt of the golden bird, its soft voice repeating the warning: kindness and greed do not go hand in hand. She woke up startled but dismissed the dream, thinking nothing could go wrong as long as the feathers kept coming. However, things began to take a dark turn. Though she had wealth, strange misfortunes started to befall her. One morning, the villagers came to her door, seeking help as they had done in the past. There had been a flood, and many had lost their homes. But instead of offering aid, Alara turned him away, unwilling to part with even a single coin. Later that day, she noticed something odd. The golden feather on her table had started to fade, its shine dimming. The next day, when she awoke, the feather had turned completely dull, no longer shimmering. For the first time in weeks, no new feather appeared on her table. Panic set in. Desperate, Alara rushed back into the forest to find the golden bird, but it was nowhere to be seen. She searched for days, but the bird had vanished. Her wealth, once abundant, began to slip through her fingers. The more she tried to hold on to it, the more quickly it disappeared. Her luxurious home crumbled, her fine clothes grew tattered, and before long, she found herself living in her old cottage once again. Poorer than she had ever been. In her desperation, Alara realized the truth. The bird's feathers had been a gift of gratitude, not a source of endless wealth. She had taken advantage of the bird's kindness and allowed her greed to corrupt her once generous heart. The magic had faded, not because of some external curse, but because of the change within her. One cold morning, as she sat by her small fire, reflecting on her actions, a soft rustling sound came from outside her door. She opened it and, to her surprise, saw the golden bird standing on the doorstep. It looked at her with wise, knowing eyes. "And quote, I warned you," and quote, the bird said softly. "And quote, kindness and greed cannot coexist. But I also believe in second chances." And quote. The bird dropped a single golden feather at her feet, smaller than the ones before. "This feather will not bring you riches, but it will remind you of the power of giving. You have the chance to make things right." From that day on, Alara did just that. She used the little she had to help those in need, and while she never became wealthy again, she found something far more valuable: the respect and love of her village, and the peace that comes with a pure heart. And so, though the feathers never returned in abundance, Alara lived the rest of her life in quiet happiness, knowing that true wealth wasn't found in gold but in the kindness one shows to others. Moral: **** True wealth comes not from what you possess but from how you use what you have to help others. Greed only leads to ruin, but kindness brings lasting happiness.